Barca then take all 3 points, and that's 3 2-1s in a row for them to kick off the campaign. 3 games, 9 points, quite literally a perfect start then for Hansi Flick as we welcome in Luis Garcia. Luis, of course, we watched the game together. Much improved in the second half. You were calling for them to be faster after the break. That's exactly what materialised with Dani Olmo coming on and having, well, the perfect debut.
Yeah, exactly. We were expecting Dani Olmo to get involved into the game. It was earlier that we thought, just straight away in the second half, but Barcelona needed to change something. One of the things that he changed, and we mentioned it with Al in the beginning of the game, he was wider. Try to play wider. When Rafinha goes into the left side, you make the line of defense of this Rayo Vallecano to spread a little bit, more space into the middle, and Dani Olmo is a very intelligent football player, and he got it straight away into those pockets, started receiving the ball, turning around, and linking with Lamine Yamal, with Lewandowski, with Rafinha. The understanding with him and Pedri has been fantastic just in the first game, and of course the goal. The way he approached, he controlled, he put the shape of his body just straight away with a control towards him in the left. The left foot that is not his best, but of course he's got so much talent. To put that second goal, it was just fantastic. So a quick reaction from Barcelona, very needed to bring the intensity, to bring the energy, to bring the ball quicker up front. And in the end, I think a result that it was fair to say that they deserve it.
Take us through, Ali, more of an impact that Dani Olmo made.
Well, it gives this team a different look through the midfield and in the attacking half. Now, I can just tell you that Ferran Torres, get comfortable in the bench, settle in, because you're not getting off the bench. If you are a defending team, you're having difficulties stepping to players, because if you get too tight to Mar Bernal or you get too tight to Pedri, then all of a sudden Dani Olmo is popping open and you're having difficulties addressing those runs that are coming late out of the midfield. He can do that. He can have late runs out of the midfield. He can add goals. He has that in his game. He has quick touches in tight areas. We saw it in the goal. We saw it in the finish as well. So there's a lot to like about Dani Olmo and what he can do with Barcelona, and the understanding with Pedri as to who goes, who stays, who tucks underneath, how they combine, and if they combine well with each other, then that frees up Robert Lewandowski to make little runs in behind, and it gives you the width that you need with Rafinha on the left and Lamine Yamal on the right. It looks very good right now for Barcelona, and certainly a perfect debut from Dani Olmo's perspective.
And perfect for Hansi Flick, Shaq. Yeah. You think you're 1-0 down at Mestalla, you come back to win 2-1. Same here today. You'll be very happy with the character your new team has shown.
I thought the difference between Barcelona in the first half and the second, with the inclusion of Dani Olmo, and not just the inclusion of Dani Olmo, but how everybody kind of stepped up and changed a lot of what they were doing. And the assist for the goal goes to Lamine Yamal. A lot of criticism, maybe a harsh word in the first half, coming inside. But his acceleration and willingness to take on defenders in one-on-one and get to the byline, to look for those late arriving runs of Dani Olmo for the goal, or whether we're talking Pedri or albeit on the other side, all of a sudden I think just gave Barcelona so much more threat from those wide areas, that their wingers were willing to get to bylines, were willing to engage one-on-one when they got in those situations. That made Barcelona as a team look far more threatening. That made Hansi Flick look all the better as the coach, making those adjustments during the break.
Yeah, most definitely. Go on, man.
Yeah, I was just going to say, in the first goal for Barcelona, and you talk about what the impact of Dani Olmo is, it's obvious to see what the impact this is in the second goal. He scores a goal. That's huge impact. But the freedom of Pedri to be able to run with the ball and get himself into an attacking position, because you have another threat that attracts attention away from him. And so that is Dani Olmo. And so now Pedri can join in the attack, and you have two guys that can come from a deeper line. And in the second goal, while Dani Olmo is the one that scores it, Pedri is also trailing the play at top of the 18-yard box. We rarely saw that from Barcelona last season. We rarely saw that. Well, we rarely saw Pedri at all, because obviously he was injured. But we rarely saw midfielders with deeper runs or from deeper line getting into the box and being an option into the box. Why is that important? Well, it's critically important when you think that if Lewandowski is going to attract a lot of attention, if you have runs from deeper line, you're going to find yourself with time and space, top of the 18-yard box, to go and finish plays. It's what Pedri did today, is what Dani Olmo did today, and I think it's something that Barcelona can take advantage of in the future.
Luis, are you surprised that we're sat here after 3 matches and Barcelona have 9 points?
No, I'm not surprised. Of course, what I'm surprised is that And they managed today to make a quick reaction and get a quick comeback to get the 3 points. And I'm surprised by the level of the team at this stage. I'm really surprised. Let's don't forget, there were 3 players under 18 playing today, the 11 starter in the past game. That's something that we have to remark every single weekend. And these are Barcelona in construction. And even though they are in construction, you can see a kind of the patterns that Hansi Flick is trying to implement in this team. Very aggressive, very dynamic, very open to try to use the players into the middle. So I'm surprised by how quick this Barcelona has understood what Hansi Flick wants for this team. Let's not forget, they're still missing some players, but the results are there. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see how they can keep on this rhythm of the game and keep that consistency. That is what he was missing last year.
Disappointing result then for Rayo Vallecano. One positive, of course, this week is they have secured the signing of James Rodríguez, the Colombian international who was so good in the Copa America, returning to Real Madrid, of course, after that spell at Real Madrid. What do you make of this acquisition, Luis?
Actually, he's going to make a big impact, I think, to Rayo Vallecano. We saw, again, there is a team that likes to have the ball, that in the last there, they are aggressive. They got players, quick players on the wide areas. They got a very quick striker. So having James Rodríguez involved in those number 10 second striker spots, I think is going to be fantastic. His quality, his ability, his football intelligence, they can use at the moment Rayo Vallecano, because we saw Isi Palazón. There is a player very similar on the style. He's also left-footed, but you can use also Isi Palazón on the right side and use those 2 players to be aggressive. So I think that we saw James watching the game tonight from the stands, and I'm sure that he's looking forward to be involved into the game.
Can he wear his Colombia shirt underneath?
Oh, yeah. Underneath, over it, around his legs, around his head. Look, and the point that you're making is a valid one. When he wears a Colombia jersey, different player. Now, what is sort of the commonality of wearing the Colombia jersey? It's for a short term. It's for a short period of time. You need him for 2 games. Here I am. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm all for Colombia. Colombia all the way. Here we go. Let's play at my very best. When it is for an extended period of time where he has to remain engaged for the length of the season, what we have seen from James Rodríguez, and it's not just this year. We're going to go back a long period of time, and you will find that he doesn't hang around all that often. His ability to find a pass. He can do all those things still at this point in his career. Can he do it every single weekend? And truthfully and honestly, the answer to that is no. But in moments, he's going to be really good for Rayo Vallecano.